Teresa Collado Vega from the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about space weather. I work here with the Space Weather Research Center, and space weather is very important to us because it's actually solar storms coming from the sun that actually can cause disruptions to communication satellites, GPS systems, and power grids. You can have a solar storm that can actually disrupt a power grid in a city, and the city can be without power for a few hours or a period of time. It has happened. It actually has happened before. So here we look at images of the sun like this one. This is from SDO, the Solar Dynamics Observatory, and this is just to look at the sun in different temperatures, so we see different features on the surface. In this case, we're looking at the regions that are actually the source for solar flares or coronal mass ejections that are called active regions. In this case, we have a solar flare, which is that big eruption of energy from a solar surface in July 2012, and you can see it here. That actually can cause also a big expulsion of the particles or coronal mass ejections, CME, that we call. And you can see it here in the images here in the coronagraph. The coronagraph blocks the surface of the sun so you can see the surrounding area or the corona. And you can see here the big CME coming from that region. What happened here is that we needed to analyze the CME, so we needed to know when and where it was going to impact. And it was actually an Earth-directed CME. And these are the solar storms that can cause the changes and the disruptions in those communication satellites and those GPS systems that nowadays humans actually use them all the time. So that's why it's also important. It's also important because we want to protect our mission satellites. NASA, has a lot of missions out there in space, and they want to protect our mission. So this is the whole idea of space weather and why do we look at it. In this case, this CME actually arrived at Earth. You can see it here in the disturbance that was caused in the magnetic field. Depending on how big the CME is, different parameters, speed, the magnetic field that it carries, it causes different disturbances at the Earth's magnetic field. And that disruption and that combination between them is actually what creates the space weather and why we look at it. It's very important to us, like I said, because we depend on technology every day nowadays, and we want to protect both our satellites. So I'm very glad to talk to you guys, and anytime I'm here for you. Thank you for listening.